Hi friends, it's Miss Blumer with Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. Today is our last lesson. Today's lesson is all about celebrating all of the things that we have done this year with Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. We will do some reviewing, going over how we take what we have learned and put it into practice with being healthy role models. There will also be a quiz. Let's get started with a review of what we have done. Before we review, what are some things that you have learned during Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds lessons? How about playing the guessing games? Maybe learning about healthy behaviors? Good. So now we're going to review each lesson we've gone over this year, starting with lesson 1. In this first lesson, we talked about washing our hands. Let's see what else you remember. Which side of your hands should you wash? Yes, both sides. Very good. You can get germs anywhere on your hands. Good. How long should you scrub your hands for? Do you remember? This was quite a while ago. Yeah, 20 seconds. Very good. Is hand sanitizer good to use? Yes, especially if you don't have any other options. If you don't have water or soap available, hand sanitizer is definitely something you should use. All right, lesson number 2 was about the My Plate. Let's find out how much you remember about lesson 2. So how many food groups are on the My Plate? Yes, there were 5. Can you name all of them? Let's do it together. We had fruits, vegetables, grain, protein, and dairy. Yeah, there were 5. Very good. And what color are each of the food groups? Can you remember? The fruit group was red. The vegetable group was green. The grain group is brown or orange. The protein group is purple. I always remember purple and protein both start with P. And the dairy group is blue. Very good. Can you name a food from each group? So let's think of a fruit. I'm thinking of apples. Did you think of apples? Good. How about vegetables for the vegetable group? How about broccoli? Did anyone guess broccoli? All right. How about the protein group? A hamburger. Yeah, good job. Did anyone else think of hamburger? How about the grain group? Mrs. Bloomer's favorite grain is probably bagels. I love bagels. And the dairy group? Yeah, milk. Very good. All right, we're going to go on to lesson 3. Let's review school lunches. Do you remember we talked about that? All right, so we're going to ask some questions. Does a school lunch require milk? Yes, it does, but remember, it has to be low-fat or fat-free. And fat-free also can, we call that skim. Do you remember how many fruits and vegetables a lunch needs? Yes, it either needs 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, or 1 of each, a fruit and a vegetable. Good. And how many grains does a lunch need? Yep, 1 grain. And how about protein? Yes, we need 1 protein. So 1 grain and 1 protein. Very good. All right, lesson 4, smart snacking. What is an anytime snack? Yes, very good. It's a snack you can eat anytime, like fruits or vegetables, something from one of the food groups. And remember, we talked about maybe having 2 food groups at the same time. So maybe a fruit and a grain or a fruit and a protein. All right, what is a sometimes snack? Yes, it is a snack that you should just eat sometimes. It's not super healthy. So maybe like chips or a cupcake or a cookie or an ice cream cone. You shouldn't eat those every day. It's just a sometimes food. All right, and remember, a snack should aim to have less than 4 grams of fat, less than 150 milligrams of sodium, that's another word for salt, and more or less than 3 grams of sugar, and more than 20% of your daily value of calcium. All right, now we're gonna review lesson 5. We just had that one not too long ago. This is the parts of the plant, and you should remember this because we just did it not too long ago. So how many parts of the plant are there? If you said 6, you are correct. Now let's go over the 6 parts of the plant. And we have a little strawberry plant here to help us remember. We've got the roots, the stem, the leaves, the flower, the fruit, and which one did I miss? Yes, the seeds. And in this particular plant, the seeds are on the outside because those are strawberries. All right, very good. That's awesome. Nice work, you guys. All right, so now we're going to practice what we learned. We're going to go through 8 scenarios, so it's like a scene. And these are going to be situations that you might come across in your life. And I would like you to find a healthy solution to each situation. All right, so scenario number 1. Your class or group is having a party. Most kids bring in cookies, soda pop, or chips. You realize that you could be a good role model by bringing in something healthy and something that tastes good. What could you bring? What could you bring to a class party that's healthy? We could take in smoothies or any of the recipes that we've made together. You could bring in a fruit tray or a veggie tray. Very good. There's all kinds of healthy things you could bring in. All right. The next one, you're at a friend's house after school. You feel like doing something outside, like tossing a football or shooting some baskets. Your friend wants to play a video game. What could you say to encourage him to do something physically active with you? So how could you encourage your friend to do something healthy? Could you maybe trade time with him? So maybe you could play what you want to do for a half hour and what he wants to do for a half hour. So maybe something inside and something outside. Yeah. What about like acting out the video game? So instead of playing it, you act it out. That would be a fun way to do that too, wouldn't it? All right. Scenario number 3. Okay. You make a healthy sandwich for your brother or sister. They don't want to taste it because they don't like the way it looks. What could you say or do to encourage them to try it? So how can you encourage a sibling, a brother or a sister, to take a bite? All right. Could you, what happened there? All right. So could you, maybe you take a bite and then they take a bite? Yeah. How about letting them help you make it? Yeah, I know that if I'm involved with making something, I want to try it to see what my creation tastes like. And that's how I think everybody is, not just me. All right, let's go on to scenario number 4. Your family is going on a car trip. You usually take snacks that are sometimes food, like candy or chips, right? That's the kind of stuff sometimes we take in the car. Your mom wants to take something healthy. So what could you suggest to her that you could take in the car? Remember, if we're going to be in the car, it probably shouldn't be super messy. What could we take? All right, we could take apples with peanut butter. How about grapes or cucumbers? Crackers and cheese, that'd be good for the car. Yeah, very good. All right. Number 5. You're late for school, but you know you should eat something. What could you grab to eat on the way out the door that would be easy to eat and is also healthy? So what's a breakfast you could take with you in the morning when you're rushing? All right, a blueberry muffin or a muffin of some sort, a yogurt, maybe dry cereal in a bag. You just pour it in a bag. A piece of fruit, maybe like an apple or a banana. Those are easy to eat on the go. All right, very good. We're almost done. Number 6. Your family is having a birthday party for grandma. Your mom is making cupcakes, but she also wants to serve a few healthy choices. What can she offer? So what could you have as like a dessert type of a food that's not cupcakes, that's healthy? All right, fruit salad. That'd be a good one. How about veggies with dip or even fruit with dip? Healthy fruit muffins. That would be a good one. All right, so let's see. All right, number 7. You notice that your friend who gets the school lunch every day hardly ever eats the fruit or vegetable that's offered. You know that eating fruit would be a healthy choice. What could you say or do? So what could you say or do with your friend to help them to eat their fruits and vegetables? Could you be a good role model and make sure that you're eating yours? Yeah, sometimes if our friends see us eating something, they'd like to try it too. Remind them that fruits and vegetables have vitamins and minerals. to have them have the energy to get through the day? Could you encourage them to pick fruits and vegetables that they like so that they're more likely to try them? Yeah, good. Okay, number 8, we're done. Let's see. All right, so now think about this one. Your teacher wants to reward the students in the class with something other than candy. So what ideas could you have for your teacher as a reward? So the teacher's not going to give you candy for doing something really awesome as a class. What could you do? All right, extra free time. That would be a good reward. How about new pencils or erasers? Yeah. How about some extra time outside, like an extra recess? That's always a fun reward. How about new books? Good. And maybe instead of candy, maybe a healthy snack for the class, like fruits or vegetables, or maybe you can make a fun recipe. That would be a good reward too. All right, very good. I think we're back to the end. All right, so now it's time to see what you learned this year with Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. We're going to take a quiz. It won't be hard though, don't worry. All right, what do you remember from Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds? All right, so here's my first question. What is shaped like a plate and teaches you about healthy foods? The My Plate. Good job. Okay, number 2. How much of your plate should be filled with fruits and vegetables? Do you remember? Yes, half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables. How often should we eat things like candy, cakes, and donuts? Just sometimes. Remember, those are our sometimes foods because those are usually very high in sugar, salt, and fat, and they're usually pretty low in calcium. So we want to eat things that are healthy all the time and things that are not quite so healthy just sometimes. All right, so which food group gives us calcium for strong bones? Do you remember which one gives us calcium? The dairy group. Good job, that little blue group on the My Plate. How many of the grains you eat should be whole grains? So when you're choosing your grains, how many should be whole grain? Good, half of your daily grains. So half of your grains should be whole grains. How long should you wash your hands for? 20 seconds. Good job. We're almost done. This is our last question. How many minutes should you be physically active every day? So how much exercise do you need every day to be healthy? 60 minutes. Very good. And that's an hour. Now, does your hour have to be all at once? No, you can spread it out. So maybe you have 20 minutes of recess in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, and maybe you go home and you play for 20 minutes, and that's 60 right there. That's your whole hour. All right, very good. Nice. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun this year learning about healthy behaviors, and I hope that you continue to use what you've learned, all right? That's how we stay healthy, is to get some new habits and learn things and then continue doing them. So now that Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds is finished, I hope that I see you again sometime. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. So because we've learned so much about being healthy this year, we're going to take a little quiz, and it's called a popcorn quiz. So how many of you think that popcorn is a healthy snack? Let's raise our hands. If you said that you thought that it was, you're correct. Popcorn is actually a grain, and I know we like to make popcorn fun by putting butter and salt on it, and it's okay if you put on a little butter and salt, but don't go overboard. But yeah, popcorn's really good for you. It's full of fiber. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask some questions, so I'm gonna go back here. You're gonna curl up in a ball, and when I ask the question, if you know the answer, you're gonna pop up like popcorn. And then we'll talk about the answers to each of the questions, okay? So I'm gonna go back there so you can see me. So hold on a second, and we'll get started with our pop quiz. Okay, so for our pop quiz, we're gonna crunch down like this, and you can go even lower if you can get lower. My old knees, I can only go about this far. But I'm gonna ask a question, and if you know the answer, you're gonna pop up like popcorn pops, okay? So you're gonna pop up like that. And then we will talk about the answer, okay? So our first question today is, how many food groups are there? All right, did you remember? We've talked about it quite a bit this year. There are 5, very good, 5 food groups. Okay, back down we go. Who can name all the food groups? All right, let's see. Do you remember? There's fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, and dairy. Very good. All right. Which two food groups should you have on half of your plate every time you eat? Did you remember fruits and vegetables? Very good. All right. Why is it important to eat a variety of foods from the food groups every day? Because each different food group gives us different things that our body needs to get stronger and to grow healthy. So the dairy group gives us calcium for our bones. The protein group helps with our blood and our muscles. The carbohydrate group gives us energy to do things. And the fruits and vegetable group give us all of those vitamins and minerals that keep our bodies healthy. Very good. Okay. I'm gonna think of another question. How much exercise should we be getting every single day? Do you remember? It's a number of minutes. How many minutes? 60. Good job. And 60 minutes is the same thing as an hour. Okay, next question. Give me an example of a sometimes snack. Okay, there are a lot of them. So let's think. Cupcakes, candy, cookies, cake, chips, pop, gummy worms. Oh, there's lots of them. And why should you not eat sometimes foods every day? Okay, there's going to be a lot of right answers for this, but one of the main answers is sometimes foods are usually really high in salt, they're really high in sugar, and they don't really have any vitamins or minerals in them. So they're not really doing anything for our body. They're just extra things that we just like to eat. All right, next question. Give me an example of an anytime food. Okay, let's see. It could be an apple or a banana or carrots with dip, maybe celery with peanut butter. How about a hard-boiled egg, a glass of milk? There's all kinds of things that are really great snacks. All right, back down. Let's see. Give me an example of a healthy snack you could eat after school. Oh, and Pippi came out to play. You guys see my little kitten there? Okay. So let's see. A healthy snack after school. After school, sometimes I like to eat a PB&J sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. I like to eat celery with peanut butter and raisins in it. We call that ants on a log. How about a glass of milk or maybe a bowl of cereal? Those are good snacks too, aren't they? All right, last question. Give me an example of a dairy that you can drink that's healthy. All right, I was looking for milk, but if you said smoothie or some other drink that's dairy, you were correct too. All right, thank you for hanging out with me today, and I hope you had fun this year. I hope you had fun doing this activity today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
I will never, not ever, eat a tomato. Written and illustrated by Lauren Child. I have this little sister, Lola. She is small and very funny. Sometimes I have to keep an eye on her. Sometimes Mom and Dad ask me to give Lola her dinner. This is because she is a very fussy eater. Lola won't eat carrots, of course. She says, carrots are for rabbits. I say, what about peas? Lola says, peas are too small and too green. One day, I played a good trick on her. Lola was sitting at the table waiting for her dinner, and she said, I do not eat peas or carrots or potatoes or mushrooms or spaghetti or eggs or sausages. I do not eat cauliflower or cabbage or baked beans or bananas or oranges. And I'm not fond of apples or rice or cheese or fish sticks. And I absolutely will never, not ever, eat a tomato. My sister hates tomatoes. And I said, that is lucky because we are not having any of those things. We are not going to eat any peas or carrots or potatoes or mushrooms or spaghetti or eggs or sausages. There will be no cauliflower or cabbage or baked beans or bananas or oranges. We don't have any apples or rice or cheese or fish sticks, and certainly no tomatoes. Lola looked at the table. Then why are those carrots there, Charlie? I don't ever eat carrots. And I said, "Oh, you think those are carrots? These are not carrots. These are orange twiglets from Jupiter." "They look just like carrots to me," said Lola. "But how can they be carrots?" I said. "Carrots don't grow on Jupiter." "Well, that's true," said Lola. "Well, I might just try one if they're all the way from Jupiter." Not bad," she said, and took another bite. Then Lola saw some peas. "I don't eat peas," said Lola. I said, "These are not peas." "Of course they're not. These are green drops from Greenland. They're made out of green and they fall from the sky." "But I don't eat green things," Lola said. "Oh, goody," I said. "I'll have your share. Green drops are so incredibly rare." "Well, maybe I'll nibble just one or two." "Oh," said Lola, "quite tasty." Next, Lola saw the potato. "I will not eat potato, so don't even try. Not even mashed." "Oh, this isn't mashed potato. People often think that. But no, this is cloud fluff from the pointiest peak of Mount Fuji." "Oh," said Lola, "in that case, a large helping for me. I love to eat cloud." "Charlie," she said, "those look like fish sticks to me, and I would never eat a fish stick." "I know that. These are not fish sticks. These are ocean nibbles from the supermarket under the sea. Mermaids eat them all the time." "Oh, I went to that supermarket one time with Mom. Yes, I know the ones. I think I've had them before," Lola said, gobbling. "Are there any more?" And then she said, "Charlie, will you pass me one of those?" And I said, "What? One of those?" And Lola said, "Yes, Charlie, one of those." And I couldn't believe my eyes because guess what she was pointing at? The tomatoes. And I said, "Are you sure? Really? One of these?" And she said, "Yes, of course. Moon squirters are my favorite." You didn't think they were tomatoes, did you, Charlie? The end. Hi friends, it's Miss Blumer with Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds, and today we're going to be making a fun recipe called Veggie Tortilla Roll-Ups. My favorite part about these is that you can add whatever vegetables that you want. My favorite ingredient today is the spinach. Come on, I'll show you how to make them. Remember, before any recipe, it's important to gather all of your ingredients so that you are sure that you have everything you need. For your recipe today, we need 4 7-inch whole wheat tortillas, 1/2 cup of non-fat cream cheese, 2 cups of fresh chopped spinach, 1 cup of chopped tomato, 1/2 cup chopped bell pepper, 1/2 cup chopped cucumber, 1/4 cup diced canned green chilies, and 1/4 cup of sliced ripe olives drained. For this recipe, I purchased a can of tomatoes with green chilies mixed together, so I did not have to prepare them separately. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is take your bell pepper. I have chosen an orange one because I like the flavor of them, but you can choose whatever flavor you want. The recipe does call for the peppers to be chopped. I prefer them sliced. I find they roll in the tortilla easier. Remember, this recipe does make 4 servings, so keep that in mind when you are preparing your vegetables. You are going to prepare your cucumber the same way. The recipe does call for it to be chopped, but like I said, I prefer slices. I find them easier to roll. And you're going to slice those up nice and thin. Leave the skins on if you like them that way. The skins do have lots of vitamins in them. Okay, now we're going to assemble this. You're going to take 2 tablespoons of cream cheese and spread that pretty thick on your tortilla. Make sure you spread it all around. That's going to help the tortilla stick to itself when you roll it. I am using green olives today. If you prefer black olives, go ahead and use those. The canned tomatoes that I'm using have the green chilies in them, so it adds just a little bit of spice without being too spicy. I do have an orange bell pepper today, but if you'd like to try adding yellow or green, that would work too. You'll notice we're using a rainbow of colors. This veggie tortilla roll up is so healthy. It has all the different colors in it. We're going to spread that spinach on there. This wrap makes a great snack after school. This transports well if you'd like to stick it in a plastic bag and take it for lunch at school. It is so tasty. And I'm going to cut it open here so that you can see what it looks like on the inside. That is so beautiful. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. For this and other recipes like it, please visit mihotm.recipes. Search for veggie tortilla roll-ups. And while you're there, search around. There are so many fun recipes on this website. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time. Bye.